This cooperative society is a honorary service which is done so that mutually we get benefited. I'm taking an example of individual. Now there are like 40,000 people who are in the cooperative society. What will happen? When I have limited resources, I cannot give huge salary to the manager. Now human is heterogeneous. Sometimes what usually happen is there is no restriction in the maximum limit. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Business Studies in Vidhyaashram PU College, the Temple of Excellence. Students, cooperative society is what we learned in the previous session, that is the merit. Now we are in the next session where we'll discuss more about the limitations of cooperative society. Every business will have merits as well as demerit. We call it as advantages as well as limitations. Yes, even in cooperative society we do have something called the limitations. Now please understand all these limitations and then take a call that whether you want to join a cooperative society or not. Why is that people they don't join cooperative society but they do join sole proprietorship and they start their business, or they join the partnership and then they start the business? Now understand this, everywhere there is a boon as well as a bane. Usually what happens in cooperative society is this cooperative society is a honorary service which is done so that mutually we get benefited. Now here in partnership or sole trader, what happens is it is not the mutual kind of a benefit, it is the greed of getting more profit, because only when you have profit you can survive in the business. When you survive in the business you establish the business in a huge scale. But when it comes to cooperative society, what usually happens is it is the mutual benefit of the people who are the members of the cooperative society. There are too many cooperative society like consumer cooperative society, producers, marketing. In the next session I'll teach you the types of cooperative society, and it is a 8 marks question, and this limitations of cooperative society is a 4 marks question. In this chapter, if you need to score more, you are supposed to know more about the sole trader, partnership, the cooperative society, the joint stock company, and this is where you will actually get more marks in less time. That is, if you watch that 4 to 5 sessions of Abhilash Chandra, you will actually get more than 19 marks in this chapter. Now this is where we are supposed to go. Now what are the limitations of cooperative society? Now understand, cooperative society is voluntarily association of people. Now anybody who wants to join the cooperative society, they'll come and they'll join the cooperative society. But what is the limitation? The limitation here is the limited resources. People who have less resources, who cannot start their own business, only those people will come and join in the cooperative society. Now example, if you have the ability to start your own business, why will you actually join in the cooperative society? This is a big question. The next thing is inefficiency in management. Yes students, when you go with the inefficiency of management, please understand here the managers are not there. Here people who are the MBA holders will not come and join here in the cooperative society. The reason here why is there is incapability of people. The thing is the illiteracy rate is more. Why is it more? People who are below poverty line, only those people who wanted to start a business, they come and they join the cooperative society. But now what has happened? Now the India is growing and people are becoming literate. Now even this cooperative society, there are people who are literate. It is not that the literacy rate is less, the literacy rate is more now. But what it is, capable skilled people will not join the cooperative society. That is a demerit of cooperative society. Now why will they not join? If they are capable of handling a business, they'll start their own. Why will they come and join in the cooperative society? That is a question. Next thing is lack of secrecy. Now I told you the minimum members who start a cooperative society is 10. How much? 10. And the maximum is there is no limitations for the maximum. Now what happens is secrecy. Whatever happens in the meeting, in a cooperative society, that can be shared to any other cooperative society. So you will get to know the reason is what. Now you cannot have a secrecy in the cooperative society. People are there, people are heterogeneous, whether they are here only for the purpose to know what is happening, or the people who want to share the secrecy to somebody else. That is what happens here. Lack of secrecy. Professionalism, there is an absence of professionalism. That's why the lack of secrecy is more in cooperative society. You compare this with your partnership. Now secrecy is maintained within the partner, but when it comes to cooperative society, secrecy cannot be maintained. Whoever are the people who are elected by the members, now they need to tell what is the progress which they will do in the next year. When they tell everything about their scheme and their approaches, now within there, the members, whoever is there, he can go and reveal the secret kind of a meeting things whatever happened to somebody else, and somebody else will actually make a benefit out of it. The next thing is government control. Students, in the previous session I told you the government interference is there. That means the government will give subsidy, less rates in the loan and the taxes. Now what is there? The demerit is also there. When government is giving so many things, government wants to control the cooperative society. They want to actually manipulate so many things to the cooperative society. See, sometimes what happens is, see, when freedom is given to you, you enjoy, but that same freedom sometimes will be what? Suffocation. Here is the same thing. Now who is the parent of the cooperative society? That is the guardian of cooperative society, the members, right? Members are also, but for the members what happens is the government influences more. When government influences more, there is something called restrictions. Now the government will restrict the cooperative society in so many kind of things which we will see in the limitations of cooperative society. The next thing is differences of opinion. Yes, when people are there, definitely differences will come. This is a merit in sole trader, because he will not have any difference in opinion. Whatever he feels like doing it, he'll do it. But when it comes to the partnership, the same limitation is there for the partnership as well. The reason is what? Now difference in opinion will happen. Whatever I felt of doing it, I cannot do it because my partner don't want me to do it. The same way here also, difference in opinion. That's why the merit is what? Democracy election. That is democratic kind of election. One man, one vote, one person, one vote. Now if the leader wants to take any of the opinion, what will happen? The other people who don't like that leader, now they'll have a difference in opinion. That will lead to what? Work will come slow. That is, the work will not happen smoothly, management will not happen smoothly, and you all know that inefficient management is already there. And when the work will go slow, what happens? The risk of getting loss is more than risk of profit making is less. This is what happens in the limitations of cooperative society. One by one we'll go and we'll see what exactly it is. Now it's a 4 marks question, so be careful of how you will handle this question and how will you write this question. The first thing is limited resources. You all know the resources are scarce in any business, whether it is sole trader, partnership, or a company, or MNC company, joint stock company, or a cooperative society. Here what happens is, people who cannot start their business by their own, only those people will come and contribute something called capital. What will they contribute? Will contribute capital. When they contribute capital, what happens? The capital can be from your any amount to any amount. When they do that, what happens is, whenever the cooperative society make profit, the profit is shared. When they make loss, the loss is also shared. But what usually happens? People will not contribute more. That is why the resources, the money or whatever, it is always what? Less comparatively. But I'm taking an example of individual. Now there are like 40,000 people who are in the cooperative society. What will happen? The resources more, but it is not more than the companies. That is why we go with limited resources. Resources of cooperative society consist of capital. What is it? Capital contributed by whom? Contributed by the members. Contributed by whom? By the members with limited means. And the members, what type of members you have? You don't have rich members, you don't have billionaires, right? Karodpati or people who have more than lakhs together. Now people who don't have more money, only those people will come and they will join the cooperative society. The next thing here is inefficiency in management. I told you what is this inefficiency in management, students. Now in the corporate sector, what happens is for managing their day-to-day activity, they have the managers, right? But here in cooperative society, you can't pay to those managers. The reason is their salary itself will be your profit in cooperative society. So in that profit, you are supposed to share that profit with whoever people who have invested their capital. Now understand what happens is, now they are not qualified. They are not qualified. Even if they are qualified, what happens? There is a difference in opinion. That's the reason it is what? Inefficiency in management. So cooperative society are unable to attract and employ expert managers. What is it? Attract and employ expert managers. The reason is, see, my budget itself is 2 lakh to 3 lakh rupees and my investment is only 3 lakh rupees in the cooperative society. That is, I'm giving an example that the sum of all the members budget is, it comes to 3 lakh rupees. Now when it comes to 3 lakh rupees, let's go with this. This is the capital of the entire cooperative society. Now per month, can I give 30,000 as a salary for the manager? Can I give it? Definitely no. That is the reason what happens is inefficiency in management. Now if I want to nominate any person or I want to hire any person as a manager, my budget is only say 5,000 rupees per month. How much? 5,000 rupees. Now in that 5,000 rupees, what type of manager will I get? So that is a question mark. So what usually they do is, they don't hire the managers, they'll only manage by themselves. That is what happens in cooperative society. Because of their inability to pay them high salaries. Now I can't pay 30,000, so I'll only go with what? The 5,000. But 5,000, in that 5,000, what type of a manager will I get? That is a question mark. Okay, what type of a manager will I get? So in cooperative society, what is the limitations? The first one, I told you about the limited resources. When I have limited resources, I cannot give huge salary to the manager. Now when I can't give huge salary to manager, I will not get a manager who is expertise in the field of this business. So I'll get a person who is not an expertise, who is a free person, who wants to work even for 5,000 rupees. Now after some times, I'll tell you what happens. Even this person who is getting 5,000, I am not able to pay him 5,000 because there is a loss in the business. Now this is what happens in the cooperative society. If profit is happening, we can maintain, but if loss happens, we cannot maintain it. The next thing here is, understand, lack of secrecy. Now human is heterogeneous. Sometimes what usually happen is, there is no restriction in the maximum limit. Now people who are the outsider who wants to know about what is happening in the cooperative society, what they do is, with the minimal fees of the cooperative society, they come and they attend the meetings. When they attend the meetings, they'll get to know what is happening, and that is how they'll actually transfer everything what is happening in the cooperative society to some other person to get the benefit outside. This is the demerit of cooperative society, where the secrecy cannot be maintained. See, usually in the corporate sector, what happens is, the board of directors will be there, only they will be there inside the board, and then they'll have a secret meeting saying that what we should do and what we shouldn't do. Whereas in partnership also, you will have a secrecy maintained by the partners, because they need to benefit themselves. They'll not give it to the open public. Now when you compare this with the cooperative society, what happens is, there is something called democracy. What is it? Democracy. Everything should be transparent. Everything should be what? Transparent. A person who has been elected, now he's a person who has been elected. Okay, now he will have a committee. What will he have? He will have a committee. When he'll have a committee, he need to address them. After addressing whatever is the issue and how he will implement his plans in the future years, now he need to tell this, he need to communicate this with the members. Now the members will get to know whatever is the plan. Now any one of the member, right, any one of the member, he can actually reveal whatever has happened in the meeting to somebody else. Now what will happen, that particular meeting will not have the efficiency, because the production or the consumer or the marketing, whatever they have planned, somebody else will have already taken the information, and now they'll start their own kind of a thing. This is what happens in the cooperative society as a result of open discussion. See, in the corporate there is nothing called open discussion. In cooperative society, right, cooperative society, there is something called open discussion. You can't do anything in the closed doors. In the meeting of members, as well as the disclosure obligation, there is a duty. You are supposed to disclose everything as per the Society Act. There is something called a Society Act. Now please understand what is the Cooperative Society Act, right, which is 1912. 1912 is a Cooperative Society Act. It's a 1 mark question, a sure question which will come for you people. Please understand. There are a few more acts which I'll tell you. Say example, partnership is 1932 Partnership Act. Cooperative Society is 1912 Cooperative Society Act. It is difficult to maintain secrecy about the operations. What is it? About the operations of the cooperative society. You cannot be like, I will not disclose to the members. You need to, because it is an obligation. And even what the Society Act says that whatever you do, the meetings, you are supposed to tell to the every person whoever is a member of a cooperative society. So how is that the secrecy is maintained? The secrecy is not maintained. When secrecy is not maintained, whatever you are doing in the next year, which will be revealed to somebody else also. That is what happens in a cooperative society. That means you don't have a control over cooperative society. The next thing here, we have the control, which is the government. Now government control is there. Sometimes what happens is too much of parenting, right? Now you people don't want your parents to be like too much parenting you people. The reason is you will get suffocated is what you feel. But again, limitation is there, as well as advantage is also there when the government is there. Now what is the advantage of when government is there? You will have, right, less tax. This is the advantage. Now rate of interest is less. Even this is advantage. Subsidiary, they'll give the subsidies, right? Now even that subsidiary is there. This is also advantage. So what is the disadvantage of the government control? Please understand here. Cooperative society have to, what is it? They have to, it is like mandatory, they have to comply with the several rules and regulations. When government is doing so many things to the cooperative society, even the governments want something from the cooperative society to be done. So what happens is rules and regulations. What is it? Rules and regulations. Now I'll tell you what this rules and regulations. It is a list of 120 documents wherein the rules and regulation is written. What and how a cooperative society should run. Now what happens is, now there is something called that independency is not there. Somebody is pulling you, somebody is restricting you. Now in sole trader, what happens? The government rules are there, but it is not restricting him. The rules are what? Legal, illegal. Nobody can go with illegal, they should only go with legal. Then you don't need to worry, you can actually go. Whereas in partnership also the same thing. But when it comes to cooperative society, you have to. What is it? It is mandatory. You have to. Right? Related to auditing. What is it? Related to auditing. That means whatever happens, from paisa to paisa, the auditing will happen, and the government will actually see carefully that whether it is taken or not. That is, the auditing is done properly or not. Of the account, submission of account, and etc. Everywhere there is a restriction and there is a total control over the government. Now what happens is, people who are the members, they'll have a suffocation saying that they cannot take any kind of a other advantage of the cooperative society the way the partnership or the sole trader will actually take. Now here also I'll tell you what is there, students. The government control, sometimes what happens is, too much of controlling, right, too much of parenting, you feel suffocated. The reason is why? The auditing and the accounting, that is where you actually make money. Sometimes, see, all the year you can't make profit in the cooperative society. Sometimes you will have something called reserves and surplus. Even in company also you have something called reserves and surplus. Now reserves means what? It is a money which is you will actually reserve it for some uncertainty. But here what happens is, because of the government, everything, auditing, everything is actually submitted to whom? To the government. Now government will see that whether that cooperative society is doing good or bad. Should we give subsidies or not? Should we actually lesser the rate of interest or not? Now because of some other volatility, what happens is the government is changed. Now what happens is, the previous government, whichever was there, they used to give more subsidy. Now the other government has come. Now they will not give more subsidy, they'll give less subsidy. That is where the limitation will actually arise. Next thing is differences of opinion. What is this differences of opinion? There are too many people are there, right? Too many people, too many opinions. But can we actually take all the opinions and then live our life? Definitely no. Now if you go and ask your parent what exactly you want to do in life, your dad will give you one opinion, your mom will give one more, your brother will give, your sister will give, so called your friends will give too many opinions, but nobody will ask you what is that you want to do. Now this is what happens even in cooperative society. But what exactly it is, a person has been elected, right? A person has been elected. Now this person who has got elected, now he will decide what to be taken, but still there, right? He should be a person by the people, for the people, and of the people. Now he should ask what exactly he should do. Now when he'll ask, all the people will give their own opinions. Now he will actually see what is the best course of action to be done, and then he'll implement it. But still what happens, there are so many other people who feels that that particular decision is wrong, because everybody have contributed their capital. For me, if 1 lakh is more, for a person who has invested 5,000 rupees, for him that 5,000 is also more. Now he also don't want to risk that 5,000 rupees. That is where the cooperative society, there is a problem. Whereas in sole trader, what happens is, whatever he has invested, whatever he thinks, he'll do it. In partnership, what happens, whatever they have invested, they'll think, they'll come to one conclusion and it's done. It is like 2 or 3 or 10 or 15, whoever it is, they'll actually come to a conclusion. But when it comes to cooperative society, what happens is, minimum is 10 but maximum is unlimited. Now you can't actually see what exactly happens if 2,000 people are there in cooperative society or 20,000 people are there in cooperative society. Now what happens is, difference in opinion happens. You cannot cater everybody equally, and there is no way that all the 20,000 people will agree for one person and they'll start, because this is the limitations of cooperative society. Though you have given your money, right, but still the decision lies to whom? To the person who got elected. Now when he is doing it, then you feel that, why did I elect him? Now he is doing all things which is reverse way. Now understand, internal quarrels. What is it? Internal quarrels. Now this quarrel, in the sense, it is not like fighting, eating kind of a thing. It is like, why is that you are doing, why is that you are not doing, all those things arise as a result of contrary viewpoints. Now heterogeneous, when human are there, like heterogeneous, you can actually see what happens in the parliament, in the Vidhyaashram, right? Difference in opinion happens. The reason is, you cannot make everybody happy the way you have taken the decision. Viewpoints may lead to difficulties in decision making. But I'll tell you students, the ultimate decision making is in the hands of a person who got elected and the committee which he has formed. But still what will happen, there is a controversy kind of a thing in the cooperative society. So these are the limitations of cooperative society. Hope you all know what exactly it is. We have all these has differences. It's a 4 marks question. If you have any doubt, you know what exactly you are supposed to do, you can call us and we are always there for you. Thank you so much students. I'll see you when I see you.